It's a loan to Airbus, a €3 billion loan, the largest ever to a corporate by the European Investment Bank, precisely to support their strategic plan in the area of aerospace and also security and defense. I think it's a good illustration of how Europe is ramping up its capacity and strategic autonomy.
And I must ask you, because recently we saw a major project collapse, essentially, the Franco-German fighter jet project, because companies couldn't see past their industrial rivalries and work together towards a common goal. Is that a problem that you see in Europe?
Well, it is an issue, the fact that we're 27 countries, 27 democracies, and obviously there are divergent views on many issues. But that's why it's so important to flag this agreement with Airbus, because Airbus is the great success story of Europe. Profitable company, a global leader in key areas, aerospace, security and defense. And so that's why I think it is important to also flag those areas where we are moving in the right direction, as is the case in this loan.
And it is true that the EIB is shifting its focus more towards defence investments. Do you see that as the future of your institution, moving more into becoming almost a defence bank? And where does that leave other priorities like energy and green policies and so on?
The European Investment Bank has proven to be flexible to adjust to Europe's changing priorities. We need to adjust to the new geopolitical context, and we're very strongly aligned with Europe's policy priorities and the member states that are our shareholders. As you know, the 27 member states. Our governors have endorsed our roadmap, our strategic roadmap, which has three top priorities. The first one is consolidating our role as the climate bank. Secondly, technological leadership, supporting innovation and scaling up. And thirdly, security and defense. And we are playing our role as Europe's financing arm, but also one of the world's largest multilateral development institutions in these three areas in particular.
Of course, the political rhetoric around the importance of climate policies, climate mitigation investments has really shifted in recent years. If we were sitting here 5 years ago, the rhetoric coming from the Commission here was very different. Do you fear that there's a rhetoric, a discourse now that says that climate policies and Europe's industrial competitiveness are incompatible?
I think that beyond noise and rhetoric, as you're saying, and not very productive debate, in my view, the reality is quite stubborn. And the reality is that there is an energy revolution in full swing in Europe and the world. The reality is that we need to break free from our excessive dependence on fossil fuels. I mean, more and more often I have the impression that the EIB is not only Europe's climate bank, but the world's climate bank, because in many other jurisdictions, maybe they have a different narrative. But the reality is that private companies are also getting on with it and investing in the clean transition, because it's not only the right thing to do, but the smart thing to do.
But we did hear you leaders back in February promise this new economic reset, a new economic agenda by June. That's kind of past now, and the global economic outlook is clearly much more gloomy due to the war in Iran. Do you worry about that broader outlook and what it could mean for Europe?
Well, obviously, the geopolitical context is very complex and the geoeconomic context is very complicated, because all the elements that have underpinned Europe's phenomenal success since the end of World War II are being put to the test or openly contested and challenged or attacked from many sides. But that... in this context, it is more important than ever that we have a clear compass, that we keep united, because united we are very powerful. I always say we're unstoppable where we join our forces, European Union countries, and determined, to pursue this path. And what I see is a strong determination on the side of our leaders to continue to face those challenges together.